bring thee Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, Phoenicius. What is the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rise, and interchanged love tokens with my child. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I beseech thy grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, and to abjure forever society of man, for I to be in a shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life.
So I will live, so grow, so die, my lord.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, sealing me betwixt my love and me, everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life. Come, Aegis, I have some private studying for you.
Oh, relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him? How now, my love? Why is thy cheek so pale? Perchance the roses that there do fade so fast.
Like for want of rain, which I could well bring forth from the tempest of my eyes.
I me, for aught I could ever read, could ever tell by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Oh hell! To choose love by another's eyes!
Hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house, remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. Come now, fair Hermia, if thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, leave without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance of the morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, in that same place thou hast appointed me, truly tomorrow I will meet thee.
Keep promise, love.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Oh, teach me how you love.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander myself shall fly this place. In the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying of our bosoms their counsel sweet. There, my Lysander myself shall meet. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius.
Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. I will go tell Demetrius of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood tomorrow night will he pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But cheering me nigh to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them individually, man by man, according to the script.
Here's the scroll on which every man's name is written, who has fought throughout all Athens fit to play in our interlude, before the Duke and Duchess on their wedding day at night.
First, good pizza quince. Say what the play treats on. Then, read the names of the actors.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work. And a merry, I assure you. Now, good pizza quince, call forth your actors by the scrolls. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallantly for love.
That love will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. Now, read the rest of the actors.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is this? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Fate, let me not play a woman. I have a beard from it.
That's all one. You may play it in a mask and speak as small as you will.
If I may hide my face, let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe.
I'm Pyramus, my lover dear.
No, no, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's mother. Tom Snap, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug, the joiner, you the lion's father.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if you be, give it to me, for I'm slow of
Study.
study.
You may do it extempore, for it is not with roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar, so that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. Roar!
And you should do it too terribly with Frank the Duchess and the lady.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I will roar as gently as any dove. I will roar as any nightingale.
You can play no more than Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Masters, here are your parts. I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come by tomorrow night, and meet me a mile south of town by moonlight. There we shall rehearse, for if we do so in the city, we shall be dog company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a will of our properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. And you.
At the Duke's own.
At the Duke's own means, right here, Peter Quince, no part but the pyramids.
I shall undertake it.
Fill me not.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through a questionable briar, over park, over pale, through a flood full of fire. Swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her order upon the green. Farewell, thou lovely spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, but jealous Oberon would have the child, as knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy.
Either I mistake your shape, or make you quite, or you're that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
Ill met my room, my proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon. Fairy, get hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Terry rash wanted, and not I thy lord.
Then I must be thy lady.
Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my pension.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was of a trust of my order, and in the spicy Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands. She, being mortal of that boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear him up, and for her sake I will not part with him.
Give me that boy.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away!
Well, go thou. Thou shalt not from this grove, till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pie, come here. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it laid on sleeping eyelids will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that sees. Fetch me this herb.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, then drop the liquor of it in her eye. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it a lion, or bear, or wolf, or bull, unmeddling monkey, or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I do take this charm from her, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where's Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other saith me. Thou told me they're stolen unto this wood.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor cannot love you?
And even for that, I do love you the more. I am your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not.
Your virtue is my privilege.
Let me go! Or rather, if thou follow, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I'll follow you and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, she shall fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower? Welcome, one.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it thee. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the nodding oxen and the violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eggs in pie. There sleeps Titania some time in the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delights. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weedy wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll strike her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove a sweet Athenian lady who is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Now roundel and a fairy song. Sing me to sleep and let me rest.
Two-spotted snakes with double
Two-spotted snakes with double tongues.
horny hedgehogs be mad.
Horny hedgehogs be messy.
Newts and climbers do no
Newts and climbers do no wrong.
not hear our fairy queen.
Nightingale with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 Never harm nor spell nor charm from our lovely lady. So good night with lullaby. So good night with lullaby.
Weaving spiders come not
Weaving spiders come not near,
and two long-legged spinners.
and two long-legged spinners' heads.
Beetles black approach not
Beetles black approach not near.
nor snail do no offense.
Nightingale with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 Never harm nor spell nor charm from our lovely lady. So good night with lullaby. So good night with lullaby.
Hence away! Now all is well! One aloof must stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for this sake. Be it a lynx, or cat, or bear, leopard, or boar with bristled hair, and thy eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake with some violent thing is dear.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One bank shall serve as a pillow for us both. One bank, one bed, two bosoms and one trough.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, dear, lie further off, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence.
Gentle friend, in love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as well may be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy true life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair praise say I. And in life, when I am loyalty. Here's my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid. Sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge thee, and do not haunt me thus. Alone I will go.
But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And what through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is such a vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia. No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would I change a raven for a dove?
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? What into your hands did I deserve this scorn? Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, lay thou there, and never mayst come Lysander near. For as to fate of all the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings. Oh, to honor Helen and be her knight!
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me! For pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! I thought a serpent set my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? Lysander? What? Out of hearing? Lysander? What? Removed? Gone? No sound? No word? Lysander? Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Pat, pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our person. We will do it in action as we do it before the Duke.
Pizza Quince,
What sayest thou, Willie Bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire lady, a pound spear.
I do believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom, the weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Doubt the ladies be afeard of the lion.
I do fear it, I promise you.
Then another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half of his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he must speak, saying thus, ladies, or fair ladies, I would like you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. I am a man as other men are.
Well, it shall be so, but there is still two hard things. That is, bring moonlight into the chamber. For you do know here is the Thisbe beneath by moonlight.
Doubt the moon not shine the night we play our play.
A calendar. A calendar. Look at the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, yes, it doth shine that.
Why then, may we leave a casement where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement?
Ah, and one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes to present or disfigure the person of moonshine.
I am the moon.
Then, there is another thing. We must have a wall. For Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of the wall.
We can never break in the wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. He must hold his fingers thus, and their Pyramus thus, and their Pyramus thus, and their Pyramus thus, and their Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come now, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so every man according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors! Odors!
Odors! Odors!
Odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Wilt thou but stay here a while, and by to thee I will appear.
Aye, marry, must you? For you must understand he goes to see a voice he heard, and is to come again.
Most
radiant Pyramus, most beautiful you, oh, come like the red rose on triumphant briar. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Winnie's tomb.
Man, why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once. Cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past.
If I were fed this
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted!
Oh, Padre, what do thou see in me? Thou art changed.
You see an ass of your own, do you?
The whistlecock so black a few, with orange spotty bill, the throstle with his note so true, then written with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The feast sparrow and the lark, the plains of the whose notes for so many man doth mock and dares that handsome lady.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note, so is my eye enthralled to thy shape. And fair virtue's force perforce me, on the first thing to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet again, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither.
Oh, I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll with thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou art pressed flowers from thee. And I'll purge thy mortals roasteth so, that thou shalt with airy spirits go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed. Ready? And I. Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gamble in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and blackberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bag stood from the bumblebees. Nod to an elf and do him courtesies.
Hail, immortal. Hail, hail, hail.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower.
swift Titania had been away. Then what it was next that came in her eye, which she must dote with extremity. Here's my message. How now, maid spirits?
My mistress, with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon the Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left the sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I can devise. But hast thou yet lashed unto the Athenian eyes with the love juice as I did with you?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be I.
Stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Thy breath so bitter on thy bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too.
I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught I can tell.
I pray then tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more. From my hated presence heart I so. See me no more whether she be dead or no.
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I shall remain. What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou fine. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood. By some illusion seek thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an arrow into his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg her for her remedy.
Captain of our merry band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stay close. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then, two at once, woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think I should woo you in scorn? Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
Oh, heaven, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what? Thy love is like a pair, thine eye, crystal is mighty. Thy lips, those kissing cherries, tightly grow. Let me kiss this princess with the seal of bliss.
I see you all are bent to say that's me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me this much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? No, what derision! None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know, and with all goodwill, with all my heart, and Hermia's love I yield you of my part, and to yours and Helen, immediately, whom I do love and will love to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will not. For ere loved her, and that love is gone.
Helen, it is not so.
Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Why seekest thou me? To not make this thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think.
It cannot be. Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined, all three, to fashion this false sword in spite of me. Curious family, most ungrateful man. Have you conspired? Have you tried to bait me with this foul derision? I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me. Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial? I understand not what you mean by this. I do persever. Counterfeit sandals, make mounds upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pretty grace or manners, you would not make me such an argument. Fare ye well. Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay gentle, fair Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Helen, I love thee! By my life I do, I swear to thee, the proof if false, it says I love thee not.
I said I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Why art thou grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out. Tawny Tartar, out! Out hated potion, out loathing medicine, hence! Holy what? Should I strike her, hurt her, or kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her son.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are not you Lysander? Am I not as fair as I was erewhile?
'Tis no jest that I hate thee. And love Helen.
Oh me. You juggler! You caker-blossom! You thief of love!
You counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Because I am so dwarfish and so low? Well, how low am I, thou painted maypole? Me? How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes! I pray you! Let her not hurt me!
I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness.
Why, get you gone! Who is that hinders you?
Though she be little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to bluff me thus? Let me come to her!
Get gone! You minimus of hindering not blasphemy! You beast! You acorn!
Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, speak not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little show of love with her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to prove who's right, of thine or mine in most in Helen.
Follow! Nay, I'll go with thee. Seek my death.
You mistress! All this coil is long of you. They go not back.
I will not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands that bind arms quicker for a prey. My legs are longer though, to run away!
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou makest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I would know the man by the Athenian garments he had on?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and crushed the herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from hence all this might, and make his eyes roll with wanted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream, and fruit this vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with leave whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair do the employ, I'll to my queen, and beg her aid employ. And then I will charm thy release from this monstrous feud, and then all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to the churchyards.
But we are spirits of another sort. Haste, make no delay. We may effect this business, yet ere then.
Upon and down, up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, Demetrius?
Speak thou now! Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to better ground. Lysander, speak again. Thou coward, thou runaway, art thou fled? Speak. Why dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou writing to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookst for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant. Come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea. Art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no man from here.
He goes before me, and still dares me on. I follow fast, but faster he did fly. And driven I am to the dark, uneven way, and he will rest me. Come thou, gentle day, for but of once thou show me thy great light. I will find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Or by this dear fair eye thy face by daylight see?
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Evade thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, and from my strange company who I do detest, and sleep which sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three. Come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew, and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven's shield Lysander if they need a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man shall take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down, while I thy alien wishes deplore, and sit prosperous with my sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair-arched ears, my gentle ruler.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Mademoiselle Cobweb?
Ready?
Mademoiselle, fetch you your weapons and kill me a red-headed tumblebee on the top of cactus. And fetch me my honey bags. Where's Mademoiselle Mustard Seed?
What's your will?
Nothing, Mademoiselle, but to help cavalry scratch. I am to the barber soon, Mademoiselle, for I am a marvel's hairy of face, and I am such a tender ass, that if my face did but tickle me, I must scratch.
Oh, say, sweet love, what thou desires to do.
I could munch on your good dry oats, and I have a desire to a bottle of hay, good hay, sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous day that shall seek squirrel's hoard and fetch you nuts.
I pray you, let none of them disturb me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will rise thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and always away. So doth the woodbine sweet kisses gently and twist. The female eye is so enraged the bark fingers of the elm. How I love thee, how I do love thee.
Come, good Robin, seest thou the sweet sight? Her daughter now I do begin to pity. I did ask her to change the child, which straight she gave to me, and her fairy sent to my bower in fairy land. Now that I have the boy, I will undo this hateful perfection of the eyes, and gentle thought, take this transformed scalp off the head of this demon swain, that he awakening when the others do, may all back to Athens again repair, and think no more of this night's actions, but as a fierce vexation of a dream. But first I shall release my favorite queen. Seest thou what's wont to be? Seest thou what's wont to be? Diane's bud over Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, Titania, awake me, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions I have seen. Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, when I should float his visage now.
Silence, while. Robin, take off his head. Now thou shine new and active, and will tomorrow midnight suddenly dance and do as it past triumphant. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers, when it will please you, all in jolly.
My fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, trip we after night's shade, or we the globe can compass soon, swift and net a wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with all these mortals on the ground.
My hounds are bred out of the storm of time. So fluid, so sandy, and their heads hang with ears that sweep away the morning dew. But soft. What nymphs are these?
This is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander. This Demetrius. And this is Helena. Old Nita's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and seeing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnities. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world?
I came here with Hermia here. Our intent was to be gone of Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law...
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head! They were stolen away!
My lord, fair Helena told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love for Hermia melted as the snow. But now I do wish for it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met, and of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by, with us these couples shall eternally be knit. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, all.
Methinks I see with parted eye when everything seems double.
And I have found Demetrius, like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems yet we sleep, we dream. Was the Duke not just here and bid us follow him to the temple?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let's follow him and, by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is my most fair Pyramus. I hope. Pizza Quince, Snout, the Tinker, Starveling, God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Man is but an ass if he go to expound this dream. Methought I was, no man can tell what methought I was. Methought I was, and methought I had. Man is but a patchy fool if he will to offer what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand cannot taste. His tongue cannot conceive, nor his heart report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. Peradventure, for the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
So, now you see what complete fools you mortals be. One little potion from one naughty fairy turned my queen into a jockey of sorts, with her amorous donkey and fairy consorts. It turned poor Lysander away from Hermia's eye into an uncontrollable desire for Helena's cry. Weak Demetrius fell, as hard as they do, and to Helena's love he pursued. But his sight was set right by our good scoundrel Puck. We now conclude our story with the long-awaited wedding night. So adieu, sweet mortals, and a gentle good night.
My Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy tales. Look, here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friend. Come. What masks?
A play there is, my noble lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known the play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For all in the play, there is not one word act, one play fitted.
What are they that do play?
Hard-handed men are working at this here, which have never labored in their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptials.
We will hear it.
No, my noble lord. I've heard it over, and it is nothing in the world.
I will hear that play. Go! Bring them in. And take your places, ladies and gentlemen.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet? You shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
But in this kind, it's our sport to take the things taken.
It is your imagination then, and not theirs.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we have offended, it is with good will that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, this is the true beginning of our end.
In the same interlude, it doubtful fall, that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and then such a wall to have you think, that had in it a cranny, hole, or chink, the which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secret.
Oh, grim-looking night. Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night, whichever art when day is night. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And now wall, oh, lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. And thou wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall. Show me thy chink, to blink with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, a wicked wall for whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones, for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue, and she is to enter now. You shall see will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes. I see a voice. Now will I kill a chink Thisbe.
I love thou art. I love it.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
And kiss the wall's hole. I love the lips of the hole.
And so, I will, my part discharged so, and being done, away, world after.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this time are but shadows. The worst are no worse, if imagination amend.
It is your imagination then, and not theirs.
But if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor may now, perchance. Wait, tremble here. In lion's ruff, in wildest rage, doth roar, to know that I, as snug the joiner, am a lion's fell, nor else no lion's dare. For if I should come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best of the beast I ever saw. Now let us listen to the moon. This lantern doth the horned moon present.
Proceed, moon.
This lantern is the moon, I, the man moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this lion, my lion. Here comes Thisbe.
This is all Minnie's too.
Right.
Where is that wall?
Oh,
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a
moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy glittering, golden, gracious gleams, I trust, take truest if this be sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor night, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes do you see? How can it be? O dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature this thou lion's frame, so hath here deflowered, my dear.
Devoured! Devoured!
Which is, no, which is the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound, out sword and wound, the path of Pyramus. I, thy left path, where heart doth hop. Thus thy eye, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. 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 Die.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back to find her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Asleep, my love. What? Get my love. Oh, Midsummer. Speak. I'm done.
Dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. This lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow, calcium cheeks. Oh, God. Lovers make moan, tongue not a word. Come, trusty sword, come lay my breast in bruise. And farewell, friends. Thus, this be ends. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead. Aye, and the wall too.
No. I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue? Or to hear the burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No, epilogue, please. I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn. As much as we this night overwatched, this palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon. Now is the time of night, that the graves, all gaping wide, Every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run from the presence of the sun, I am sent broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house, give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy spite hop as light as bird from bright. And with this ditty after me, singing dance and tripping.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Now, before the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and may each several chamber blessed through this palace of sweet peace. May the ornament blessed ever shall in safety rest. Chip away, make no stay, meet me all by the break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I on an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.